Hello everyone, my name is Preeti and I welcome you all for this very special City Chat India edition. Over the course of our call today, we will be joined by a City legend, Paul Dickov. Paul, welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here. I spend a lot of time in India and I have done recently, so it's great to see you all.
So along with our special guest, we also have 4 die-hard Manchester City fans with us on the call today. Guys, welcome to all of you.
Hi guys, I'm Haroon and I live in Durham, United Kingdom right now, and I'm a proud Citizens Kerala member, and I've been a City fan since 2010.
Hello, it's Dikshit Jain and I'm representing Citizens Mumbai, and I've been a City fan from the year 2011.
Hi, my name is Ishit. I live in Gurgaon, which is a town near Delhi, and I'm part of the Manchester City Delhi Supporters Club since its inception in 2017. And I've been a City fan for nearly a decade now.
I'm Shafeen from Bengaluru, part of Bengaluru Supporters Club. I'm a City fan since the past 10 years.
Paul, you mentioned that you came to India recently, and I think it was February this year. And that was just before the entire world almost went into this extended phase of lockdown. So personally for you, how has this lockdown period been?
It's been strange, as it has been for everybody, but I've actually quite enjoyed it. I've spent a lot of time travelling. You just mentioned I was in Bangalore and Mumbai in February. I was in Australia in January. Before Christmas, I was China, India, Indonesia. So a lot of travelling. So it's actually been quite nice to spend time at home with the family. And like everybody else, I've not just missed sport, I've missed football, and it's been great to see it back again.
Well, let's start and straight away talk about the first segment of our interaction today, which is dedicated to an analysis of the first leg match. Let's start with 29 minutes. Edison with a phenomenal save from Benzema's header.
Here's the other Mendy, looking towards Benzema, who gets there, brilliant, to the floor. First chance of the match. And
can we begin with your thoughts on that superb save by Edison?
Yeah, it's fantastic. We all know Real Madrid are a fantastic team, especially in Europe, and so to go there and to see Ederson make that save early on, it was an amazing save.
Paul, you must have also had some anxious moments when Madrid managed to give City, a bit of a setback when they took the lead in the 59th minute. But then I want to play another highlight of the match here before we discuss on that point, and that was the equalizer from City in the 77th minute.
Varane in front of him. Now De Bruyne, promising. Clipped in towards Jesus, and City have the away goal.
City equalizing in the 77th minute through Gabriel Jesus and assist from De Bruyne. What an impressive goal there.
Yeah, it was, and I don't think Gabriel gets the credit that he always deserves. He doesn't always start because of Sergio Aguero, but every time he does, it has an impact in the game, and to score a goal in the Bernabeu like that was not just fantastic for him, but I'm sure all the Manchester City fans watching as well.
Haroon, what were your thoughts? Were you keeping your fingers crossed? When are we going to get the equalizer? And there you got it in the 77th minute.
Yeah, I was so excited when I watched the equalizer, and I still remember waiting for the official confirmation from VAR just so that I don't get overexcited. But yeah, it was exciting, and we knew that we would fight back.
Ishit, was it the same for you? What were you going through? Who were you watching it with actually?
It's a friend of mine who unfortunately is a Man United fan. So we were watching the game, and City was the better team. They deserved to be in front. And so when Madrid scored, it was really a setback. But for De Bruyne to make a goal out of nothing and for us to get back in it, it was a really good feeling. The away goal is so crucial in the Champions League.
So let's now talk about the other highlights of the match. And we were talking about De Bruyne's assist, and De Bruyne is also known as the king of assists. So your thoughts really on this player and the way he makes things possible?
He's amazing. He's not just the king of assists. For me, he's the king of football at the minute. Not just with Manchester City, but not just in the Premier League, but in world football. And he scores goals, he creates goals, he drives the team forward.
And that really brings us to the next highlight of the match.
For the Belgium national side, massive moment in the tie, massive moment in City's season. Kevin De Bruyne tucks it in!
Once again, Paul, we can't let you move on without your thoughts on that classy act by KDB, that penalty really giving Man City the lead in the match.
Yeah, exactly, Peter. And it's just not scoring the penalty; it was the pressure he was under as well. You know, to be in the Bernabeu, 80,000 fans screaming at him in such an important game, in such an important moment.
Shafi, what about you? Did you think that with this goal now we are home?
Yeah, surely. There was a lot of tension with the penalty itself because given the record in the season, I actually didn't want to see it at a particular point of time. But yeah, I was like peeking through my eyes, peeking through my fingers, seeing that. And then finally, the way KDB walked up to the goal, that itself, it let me believe that he's going to score, and he scored.
Paul, it's interesting to know here that all these fans who are with us on the call today were actually supposed to be traveling to Etihad to watch the second leg of the match, but unfortunately because of the pandemic they could not go. But I just want to understand your thoughts on the way you must have seen how die-hard City fans from India come regularly to cheer their team.
Yes, Peter, I love them. I love them. The passion that they've got for football in general, but especially for Manchester City. Was amazing.
So now let's talk about the upcoming match. It's going to be a home match for Man City. They get into the second leg with the advantage with 2 away goals. What do you think should be the ideal approach from their side heading into this game?
I think we've all seen with Pep Guardiola that he won't change how he plays. He's tactically he's the master. He's probably the best, and we've seen that with the game in the Bernabeu. He tweaked the system a little bit by playing Gabriel Jesus a little bit out wide. And I don't think he'll change how we play. We'll see a lot of possession football, attacking football.
This second leg game against Madrid at home could possibly be the last game for fan favourite and City captain this season, a man who's fondly known as El Mago, David Silva, the magician. Now, we are all keeping our fingers crossed that this is not his last game, because we are all hoping that the team progresses further as well. But Paul, your thoughts on this player who spent marvellous decade with the club?
The biggest compliment I can pay David is you look at the world-class players we've had over the last 10 years that have been here, the world-class players that have been in the Premier League, and he's regarded as the best. Not just in the recent history, but in the history of the whole football club. But you speak to the fans now, they high him in that high of a regard that he's possibly the best player to pull on a Manchester City shirt ever.
We've also compiled together a few fan videos. So I want you to now take a look at these fan videos. What do they think about their favourite player?
One he scored against Blackpool.
The one he scored against Arsenal.
Against Hull in 2014.
The one against Huddersfield.
Against West Ham United.
The one which he scores against Blackpool.
To Dzeko from a corner against QPR.
Which Edin Dzeko managed to score.
The one against United in the 6-1 derby win. The one against Wigan Athletic.
Has to be against Manchester United 2011-12 season.
Derby at Etihad in 2018.
Yes, it was against Manchester United in 2011.
Title winning game against QPR.
His 400th Manchester City appearance against Bournemouth last year.
His vision, be it to pass the ball or to receive the ball.
Dribbling.
His dribbling skills are the best in the world, I should say.
The ease with which he can fake and then shoot.
Ability to put himself between the ball.
Consistency. I think he has been consistent over last 10 years.
The one he had when he first joined the club.
Or the mop hairstyle.
With long hair.
This would be a very controversial one, but I liked it when he was bald.
The one which he currently has.
The one against Huddersfield, wherein he got his son Matteo along with him.
Very heartwarming moment for all of us City fans along with him.
Where he brought Matteo to the stadium. It was a really emotional moment for him.
Magician.
Legend.
Special.
Magician.
Underrated. I will miss him. Thank you, David Silva, for a very amazing decade. You've been a very important player in Manchester City.
For everything you have done for the club. We will always remember you in our heart.
It's not only about football, it's about the commitment, it's about the responsibilities, and you have carried that throughout your career in a City shirt.
Thank you for inspiring a new generation, and thank you for all you've done for this beautiful club. Thank you, gracias El Mago, we'll miss you.
Thank you, El Mago.
I'm going to ask you all these questions one by one. And you have to tell us, what is your favorite David Silva goal?
I think the guys were saying there that the one against Blackpool, I think that's when people really started to take up and take notice. It was just his first season at the club, and it was just typical David Silva that we've seen time and time again.
Awesome. And your favorite assist?
For me, it's got to be the one in the derby, the 6-1 game. It was just the most amazing game anyway, going to Manchester United at Old Trafford and beating them 6-1. The vision to find Edin Dzeko on the volley to hit a 40, 50-yard pass and land straight at his feet, I could try that 100 times and be nowhere near it. The precision in it, not just my favourite assist from David Silva, it's one of my favourite assists in the Premier League.
Paul, let me quickly bring in the fans as well here. Arun, what about your favourite hairstyle of David Silva? Which one would you actually like to see more on him?
Oh, it's a tough question. It's of course the long-haired David Silva, where he's a little magician.
Now let's move on to our final segment of the day, and this is a brief Q&A session that we have lined up for our fans on call with Paul Dickov. So Dikshit, as it happens, you get the first opportunity to shoot your question to Paul. What is it?
Okay, Paul, when you first came to realize about the draw that we are going to face Real Madrid, what was your reaction?
I was excited, Dikshit, because, I said briefly before, I fancy Manchester City to win every game they play in. I just think if everybody's fit, if they're clear of suspensions, not just the first 11 I look at the whole squad, and for me it's the strongest squad in Europe.
Yep. Hi, Paul. So my question is, we're playing the second leg without Aguero. So how's that going to affect us, considering the fact that Real Madrid as a defense is strong even without Ramos and their counter-attacking capability?
I do think rather than Real Madrid coming in and relying on the counter-attack, it's going to be the other way around, because Real Madrid have to come to the Etihad and not just score one goal, they have to score two goals. And that's going to leave lots of spaces open for the wonderful attacking players I just spoke about. Obviously, Sergio is going to be a loss. He's the club's all-time record goal scorer. He's one of the best strikers that the Premier League has ever seen. So he is going to be a miss. But yet again, I've got so much confidence in Gabriel Jesus.
Hi, Paul. My question to you is, who do you think starts beside Aymeric Laporte at right centre-back? Would it be Eric Garcia, given his recent performances for City? Pep's been trusting him a lot lately. Or should it be Fernandinho, given the experience that he brings for such a crucial tie?
I think if it is Eric or if it is Ferna, I still think both of them will put in a capable performance. Young Eric has been fantastic when you think how inexperienced he's been. The legend that is Fernandinho, who can step in as well. He's been such a wonderful player for the club over the years, and this season when he's had to come out of his defensive midfield position and go into the defence, he's been amazing as well. But whoever does it, I keep saying it, it won't matter because we're going to win.
Hi, Paul. We have talked about the supporters before, but wanted to go through what goes through the players' minds when they're not having supporters at home. It's like not having the 12th man for such an important game. How do you prepare for it, and how do you go about it?
I think that's been one of the most impressive things for me, Safin, since football's come back, is how the Manchester City players mentally have coped with that. The home form has been fantastic. It must be so difficult to not have the fans there. I couldn't imagine for 1 minute what it would have been like when I played, not with the Manchester City fans cheering you on. But the performances that they put in and the tunnel vision that they've shown to put in the performances that they have is why they're the best players. They're not just the best players in the world because of the ability they've got. It's because of that winning mentality that they've got to get.
I think we are moving into the last leg of our conversation, and that's also equally important. So guys, put your mind into it, because I'm going to ask all of you for a score prediction for the match that's coming up ahead. And let's start with Paul himself. Paul, what's your score prediction?
I think with my blue-tinted glasses and my heart rule in my head, Manchester City are going to win 2-0.
All right, that's fantastic.
4-1 in aggregate, and Lisbon, here we come.
Good prediction to start with. Let's go across to fans then. Ishit, do you want to go ahead and tell us what is your score prediction?
Yeah, I would go for the same score that we had in the away leg, 2-1.
I'm a bit more confident. I'm going to say an early game in the first half and 3-0 at full time to us.
As Harun said, 3-0 given our recent home form.
I think they'll come at us, but we'll definitely score 2 first, and then they'll get their chance too. So I'm going for 3-1.
Fantastic. All of you, let's see who comes out clean on their prediction. So it was a fantastic conversation with all of you. Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us here. It was such a pleasure to have you with us. And gentlemen, fans, all of you, thank you once again for joining us on this conversation that really wraps up this interaction today. City Chat India edition. Thank you so much, all of you, for being a part of this.